subscribers, and welcome. If this is the first time you're joining me, my name is Odessa. I'm the Mystic Intuitive Healer. I'm a psychic medium, Reiki master, spiritual coach, and an intuitive tarot card reader. And through the work I'm doing here on YouTube, as well as Instagram, TikTok, and my own website, odessamal.com, I deliver messages to you that will help you to awaken, heal, align, and grow. So today I'm looking at what big transition is going to be taking place for you in your career. So I have 3 piles for you guys to select from. Pile number 1 is partnered with this blue candle. Pile number 2 is partnered with this amethyst point. Pile number 3 is partnered with this lavender. So I am going to give you guys a close-up of the items in the cards so you can select your pile, and I'll see you in a moment. Hi, pile number 1, welcome back. So you picked the blue candle, and these cards are gonna let me know what transition is about to take place for you in your career. So the first card you got is You Are Good Enough, full moon in Virgo. Then you have Lord Byron, and this card says, be mad, bad, and dangerous to know. Love will find a way through paths where wolves fear to prey. Then you have the 6 of Swords, the King of Swords, the 4 of Cups, and the 5 of Cups. All right, so it looks to me like you are in a position right now where, in terms of your career, you're pretty unhappy. There's definitely a lot of sadness and pessimism coming through these cards. I think it'll be slightly different for each of you. So for some of you, you're unhappy because of the team that you're working with. For others of you, it is the boss that you're working for that you're having problems with. Some of you are questioning whether you're on the right career path. So you may not have even finished school yet. You're still sort of unsure if this is really what you want to do. And then for others of you, you're wondering if this is something that you need to sort of pivot and change. Like, it's not necessarily the field, it's what you literally do on a day-to-day basis, like what your role is in that career that's got you down, because ultimately it feels like you're not happy. The 5 of Cups is talking about lack mindset, feeling pessimistic about what you currently have. So this could be that you're being underpaid, you're undervalued. There's definitely energy here where it feels like you're being micromanaged, like someone is trying to control the situation. So this could be a boss that's micromanaging you. It could be, you know, parents or guardians that are sort of dictating to you what you should do with your life. It could be exterior forces where it's like you feel like you don't have a way out because you have responsibilities to your family. Like maybe you have children or a spouse and they're relying on you. And so you can't just like make an abrupt shift or change. There's definitely an energy here with this King of Swords that indicates that somebody is sort of being harsh or judgmental or just cold with you. So it could be, like I was saying before, a boss that's a little difficult to work with and they're micromanaging you and being quite critical of your contributions. But this could also be your own internal dialogue. Like you're being too hard on yourself. You're trying to stay in control of the situation and sort of manage things and sort of trying to convince yourself that you're not unhappy because there are a couple of things that are still working out for you. You know, with the 5 of Cups, it could be indicating that there are like a couple of things that are sort of keeping you hanging on. Maybe some of your coworkers you really like, or there's certain aspects of the career that you really like, but ultimately you're quite unhappy. For the for the majority of you, I do feel like there are some wolves in sheep's clothing, because the Lord Byron card is definitely talking about that, with the wolves like preying on you, and there being energy of danger and anger that was written underneath the picture of Lord Byron. And maybe you are a highly creative person. Maybe you're an empath. Maybe you're very loving. Maybe you're imaginative and you want to try and explore things outside of the box. You're a creative thinker. And when you try and express yourself and share your ideas, you get shot down. And I do get the energy that you are quite critical of yourself. You're hard on yourself with the energy of Virgo, this full moon in Virgo. It's indicating to me that you are sort of critical of the contributions that you bring to the table. And I think likely you've been taught to think that way about yourself, going way back. And you're much too harsh on yourself. You may have sort of a tendency to be a perfectionist, and it's really important that you try and ease up on that and be a little kinder to yourself and recognize how much you actually bring to the table, because it's ultimately, I get the energy that the people that have been critical of you and have been trying to control you or make you look bad are likely pretty threatened by how much you bring to the table. And you're being encouraged to recognize how special and amazing you are and release that. Now, the Six of Swords is talking about releasing baggage. So there's a couple of different options that you have here. It could be that you're being encouraged to just release any attachment that you have to the thoughts or feelings of these other people. Like, you just stop caring what they think and you don't worry about pleasing them. Now, if it's a boss, it's more challenging. And in that case, if it's a boss that's hypercritical of you and is being cruel to you, it's highly encouraged that you leave that job. Now, you don't necessarily have to quit on the spot. You definitely want to start looking for something fresh and new. And from these cards alone, it looks like the major transition that's going to be taking place in your career is going to be a shift in that energy. So it's either a mindset or you're physically leaving the job. So I'm going to get a couple more cards to get a little more detail on like what's the transition, what's the shift and change that's going to be taking place for you in your career. What shift and change? Ooh. What is this transition that pile number 1 is going through? Let me get the card on the floor. Okay, so the first card we've got is courage. Then you have your higher self, the family card, and joyous fun. So it looks to me like many of you are going to make a big transition towards really seeking your own value based on who you know yourself to be, right? Like looking within. If you love yourself and you know that you're capable, then that's good enough. And you're going to start pouring your energy more into your family and the things that you love. And that is going to require some courage on your part. So it could be a situation where you no longer bend over backwards and work overtime for free and come in on weekends and do all of the crazy things that bosses expect us to do. You're gonna not do that anymore. And that takes courage, because there is the possibility that your boss or the company that you work for may have issue with that, and they may even decide to let you go if you take that risk. But I also feel like it would be such a major payoff for you, because you're going to transition your attention towards what really matters in life. And I feel like it's going to open up a brand new pathway for you. Now, for some of you, you might even decide like, okay, this is the sign I needed. I don't want to be in this job anymore. Or maybe I don't want to be in this career anymore. I don't want to even be in this field, or I'm changing majors or whatever. This is the sign I needed. My intuition has been telling me this. I want to transition into my passions, what brings me joy. It could be that what you're passionate about is actually working with families or children, that you would like to become a teacher. You're going to become someone in the medical field. Like, I mean, this could be a representation of the kind of job or field you want to be in. But ultimately, I think that you're going to be transitioning towards more fulfillment and less about climbing the corporate ladder or climbing the, gaining more status in your career. Like, that doesn't seem as appealing to you anymore. I would like to get another card on the courage. Can you clarify the courage, please? Okay, and clarify the Six of Swords. Okay, cool. Thank you. 1 second. Oh, yes. Okay, so you got the stuck energy card, stuck energy, loss, true love, intuition, and manifestation. So for me, this is clarifying exactly what I already said. You are stuck right now. You're not fulfilled with what you're doing. You're going to start working towards finding true love. Love for self and love for, the things that fill you up, family, friends, hobbies. And you are going to move away from all of the things that no longer serve you. You are going to take bigger risks. And that might be you leave the corporate world and you go into nonprofits, or you start your own side hustle. It's scary. I can attest to that. That's what I did. And it is definitely unsettling. But ultimately, if you're following your intuition and you're focusing on manifesting the outcomes that you know are in alignment with who you truly are, you're going to have so much success. Now, it won't be overnight, but it will be so much faster than it would have been if you just keep doing what you have already been doing. So let me get some guidance for you guys. What advice do you have for pile number 1? What can they do to sort of make this transition and bring about more success in terms of this shift? Okay. So the first card you got is lots, chance. So you need to take a risk, it's scary. I know that you probably are thinking about all the things you're going to be giving up, but I encourage you to start thinking about everything that you're going to be gaining. Going back to the message of the 5 of Cups, don't think about what you're losing. Think about what you're gaining, because not only is that going to encourage you and make you feel more empowered, but it also helps you to manifest that, because our thoughts become things. So you have to actively sort of fight back against the recording in your mind that goes to worrying thoughts. I know it's really hard, and it can feel like you're being proactive by worrying about what the outcomes could be, right? Thinking about every possible way that things could go wrong. But we are under the false belief that the world is happening around us and we have to just react. And the reality is you are manifesting continually. So if you are worrying about all of these things, you're more likely to get those outcomes, which then proves to you in your own mind that the world is unpredictable. But it's actually very predictable, because you put a lot of energy into creating conflicts for yourself. Now, everyone's manifesting, so of course, I'm not going to say that you've created everything in your life. It's much more complex than that. You have a life plan. Some of those things in your life plan are not positive, and it doesn't matter what you do or think, that's negative thing is going to happen to you because it helps you to learn and grow. But then there's equally other people around you that are manifesting, and sometimes we just have to like roll with it, right? But there's a lot that you can control, and you're being encouraged to focus on that, because the next card is wishbone, affirmations. So start thinking about the beautiful outcome that you want. Really in detail, start thinking about it. Start daydreaming about what you want in detail. You know, try and script it in your mind as if you were like writing this story, which goes back to Lord Byron. He was a writer and poet. So definitely start scripting it, write it down in a journal, like as if it's already happening. It's almost like you're writing down a journal entry prior to it even happening, which, you know, if you're not used to manifesting in that way, it may seem like that's crazy, but when we are growing plants, it's exactly the same thing, right? You plant the seed, you don't know if it's germinating or not, right? A farmer never knows what their harvest is going to be like. They just put in the labor. They plant the seeds, they add the fertilizer, they water the crops, and they hope that they get the outcome that they want, right? They're actively manifesting the growth of those plants. You have to do that in all the other areas of your life. Oh my God, the flowers card. Now it says fickle. You have to be very fixed on what you want and not necessarily go back and forth, because it's when we spend a lot of energy sort of self-doubting, you know, like you've done the manifestation, you've done all of the scripting, and then you're like, well, I hope that this works. I know there's not, you know, it may happen. There's not a good chance. You've just like canceled out your manifestation. You have to be as high vibrational and positive as you possibly can. It's so hard. I really struggled with that because it always takes longer than you want it to for these manifestations to come in. That's why I always recommend sleep affirmations. If you can listen to a sleep affirmation or a sleep subliminal, it will sort of offset all of the negative thoughts that we just naturally have during the day. Like most of the lower vibrational thoughts that you have during the day, you're not even catching. You're on autopilot. We're all like this. You're not even catching it. So you can listen to a sleep affirmation about positive outcomes in terms of career and abundance, and that will really, really help. Even if you wanted to start with that before you even scripted or wrote anything down, would be really beneficial. But I do think that physically writing things down for you specifically would be so beneficial because of this Lord Byron card, him being a writer. It's definitely indicating that that would be a huge success for you. So let me get one final card as a final parting message. You got inner alchemy. Inner alchemy is achieved when you react to fear with love. Yes. Yes, you have to have faith that you can do this and that you are protected and you are loved and you are special and you are gifted and you have a wonderful path ahead for you, and you're just gonna like charge forward with optimism and joy, just excited for the adventure, and everything will change. I mean, bad things are inevitable. You know, not every single day for me is perfect, but wow, is it dramatically different than what it used to be like before I started actively manifesting. Wow, it's like really different, and it can be that way for you too. Oh my God, I'm so excited for you guys. Let me know how this resonated for you. Definitely comment below. I love hearing your thoughts on the readings. If you could like and share this, that would be amazing. And if anyone would like to work with me, you can go to my website, odessamal.com. All of my services and booking information are available there. I do tarot card readings live and recorded. I also do spiritual coaching, Reiki, past life readings, and I can channel messages from your spirit guides. So thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you in the next reading. Take care. Hi, pile number 2. Welcome back. So you picked the amethyst, and these cards are going to let me know what major transition is about to take place for you in career. So you got unexpected, powerful change, new moon eclipse, Diana, Princess of Wales, death, the Wheel of Fortune, the High Priestess, and the Ten of Cups. Oh my God. Pile number 2, something major is about to take place for you, and it is literally going to skyrocket you to success, is the energy I'm getting. Like, Princess Diana really, I think, captures this energy, because when she was married to Charles and she was living her life as the Princess of Wales with all the responsibility and all the pressure to conform to the expectations of the royal family, she was miserable. When she divorced Charles and she started to do all of her humanitarian work on her terms, and she dressed the way she wanted to, and she hung out with the fabulous people that she knew, everything changed. She just blossomed and grew. And I feel like that's the same shift that's going to be taking place for you. Something is coming to an end, but the Wheel of Fortune is moving forward. You are going to be elevated to the High Priestess energy, where you're able to manifest anything, but you're also completely aware of what's going on around you. You have complete control of all of your gifts and talents. You know your worth, and you know when someone is trying to manipulate you or when they have bad intentions. You know what the right move for you is, and it's gonna bring you to a place of complete fulfillment with the Ten of Cups. All of your emotional needs are going to be fulfilled. You're going to have a community with you that supports you. It's like an abundant chapter is about to take place, right? With this new moon eclipse. Like, it's everything is growing for you. It's like this is the beginning of the rest of your life. This is so powerful. This is so exciting. I'm being told that this is something that you've been anticipating for a long time. I hope this is my pile so badly. This is so exciting. I'm so excited for you guys. And I feel like you have been anticipating this for a long time. You've been working diligently towards your goal, and I feel like you're finally getting an opportunity to really live your purpose, live your dream. There may be another person that's involved in this success for you. With my eye was just drawn to the 2 for the High Priestess card. So this could be another person coming into your life that is going to give you an opportunity. Maybe they're just going to make a suggestion that like starts a new, like it starts you down a new pathway. It starts you thinking about something in a new way. Or they may be offering you a job or a collaboration. It could be a brand new friendship. It could be a brand new relationship too, because the Ten of Cups does typically like allude to sort of like happy family. There's like a relationship energy there, or it could be the end of a relationship, right? Because there's this death card. So the new relationship could actually be a new relationship with self in this 10 of Cups, and you're actually leaving some relationship that didn't work, whether that is like, you know, like a dynamic where you were not collaborating well with your old coworkers, or you didn't like your boss, or maybe you had a business that you had started with someone and you're severing that connection. But there's going to be the end of something to bring about like the complete wish fulfillment of what you've been diligently working towards. And I get the energy that it's going to be your success. You know, it's 100% your success. No one else has claim to this, is what they want me to say. That is so exciting. Oh my God. I am so thrilled for you guys. So I would like to find out a little bit more about this major success, this major transition that's going to be taking place for you, pile number 2. Can you tell me more about what pile number 2 can expect? Like, what is going to be taking place for them? What else? What's the death? What is going to be ending? Okay. And then what is coming? Oh my God. Okay, so what is going to be coming to an end is the manipulation, anything that's been around you that has been sort of like designed to deceive you or keep you in a place of disempowerment, or if there's been people around you that have been, you know, untruthful about their motivations, all of that is coming to an end. You're no longer going to be having to hide any aspect of yourself, whether that is in terms of career. Maybe you had to sort of like withhold certain elements of your personality or your talents from others because maybe they wouldn't get it, or in some cases, sometimes we have to withhold our truth, strength, and power because it'll intimidate others, which is so sad. But you're no longer going to be doing that. You're not going to be working with people that have narcissistic tendencies anymore. You're transitioning. I definitely feel like there's been a little bit of fear around this. Maybe there's been, you know, some contemplation. You've been going sort of back and forth between, you know, both two options, right? Like sticking with your old life, transitioning into your new life. You got the back and forth card, and you are, you know, the part that's been drawing you back to the old life was fear, right? You didn't know how things are going to turn out for you. But now I feel like the decision is going to be sort of made for you because you got the loving man. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean that the person coming into your life is a man, but I was picking up on somebody coming into your life, and it could be a love interest. I mean, it could be romantic love, but I mean, it could be also familiar or friendly love, where they are just such a huge admirer and they come into your life and they give you an opportunity to see how amazing you are. It could just be a situation where finally you have someone in your corner, like cheering you on, and you are like able to indulge in the things that you love. You're finding more gratitude and joy for your life. It's given you a great sense of peace, and you've got that was the joyous, fun, peace, and then the great gratitude card. And it could be just like a really fun collaboration as well, where there's really no expectations of it turning into anything, and all of a sudden it just takes off and it's like this massive success There on the peace card, there's two swans, and swans mate for life. So that definitely makes me feel like you are working with another person and you're going to have this unexpected success as a result of this. But they just keep stressing to me that it's your success. It's your success. So maybe it's a situation where someone has experience in business, or they have experience in some area of your, career that has been sort of missing. Like, for example, you needed some assistance with social media, or, marketing in some sense. You hadn't really been able to figure out how to put all the pieces together, and then you meet someone who's a huge fan of your work. They have background in marketing. They help you. They give you some pointers. You take that advice on. You do the work. It's all created by you. It's a massive success. It's your success. They definitely helped because they gave you advice, but ultimately you did all of the work, and it just is gonna be like massive, massive change. I'm so excited for you. Okay, so let's find out basically what skills you're gonna be using, or what skills do you need to be using to sort of like get the ball rolling on this. What does pile number 2 need to be doing to sort of like get the, what does pile number 2 need to do to get this moving and get this success? Okay, so the first card that you got is I Ching, change. So there is an element of fate at play here. I think, like I was saying before, you've been working, I heard the word crafting, so you may be actually like physically making something. This might be your craft, but craft could also be like something. It doesn't necessarily have to mean that there's a physical product. It's anything that you're creating. So it could be magic too, right? You've been literally trying to manifest, and you've been casting spell work to get this like abundant opportunity to come to you. And it was all about divine timing, the I Ching being about like future forecasting. And there's a lot of energy here that has to do with seeing into the future. The next card is dowsing rods, seeker. Like, you've been looking for this. You've been doing divination. There's a good chance that some of you that are watching this are tarot card readers, your psychics, your mediums, your witches, your magical people, because there's a lot of magic coming out here. And then oracle wisdom, like you have been you've been watching pick a card readings, you've been doing your own tarot card readings, you've been looking at your astrology, you've been doing everything that you can magically to try and find out when this was going to happen. Like, what's the outcome going to be? Like, is the energy that I also get is this even meant to be for me? Like, am I asking for something that isn't in my cards? It isn't fated to me, and I'm wasting my effort. And now, hopefully with this reading, you're getting the confirmation that 100% you were on the right track. It was just a matter of divine timing, and it feels close to me. Like, 2 is coming back again. So within the next 2 months, I would say something major is about to take place. And I'm also getting the energy that for many of you, this has something to do with like a side hustle. It may not be your primary career yet. There's a shift in change. Maybe you have a traditional job and you really would like to be doing your side hustle full time. and you just haven't been able to figure out how to do that because you have bills, there's like people relying on you, and you don't want to be putting them at risk, and all of a sudden some massive change happens and you're going to be able to make that jump to your new life really easily. So let me get some final advice for you guys. What would Spirit like you to know? Okay. So you got stillness. Reflect on this moment with love, kindness, and compassion. This is the calm before the storm. Rest, recuperate, meditate, just be still, because when the change happens and this explosion, this success comes through to you, you will want those energy reserves. You got ascension. Your soul is evolving to a higher state of consciousness. You are ready for this. You are like, oh my God. To me, it feels like if you have social media platform, it's about to massively take off. You're going to have like a viral video, or some major shift is going to be taking place. It could be that you're being sort of guided to a different platform even. Like if you have YouTube, maybe you're being guided to go and start your own TikTok, or, you know, do a shift or a change in terms of how you're presenting yourself. And then the minute you make that shift and change, it's gonna massively pay off for you. You may also, if you're a psychic individual, you're magical, which all of you are magical. But if that is something that you're really working on, you may also find that you have increased psychic abilities and gifts, that you have more abilities, your manifestations are stronger, your spell work is working better. There's like something that's gonna, I feel like it's more than one blessing that's coming through to you. Like the 10 of Cups, right? It's like the ascension, blessing upon blessing upon blessing. So I am so excited for you guys. I hope that you enjoyed this reading. I definitely want to know how this manifests for you guys. Let me know how this resonated. And if you could like and share this, that would be amazing. If any of you want to work with me, you can go to my website, odessamall.com. All of my services and booking information are available there. I do tarot card readings, live and recorded, Reiki, spiritual coaching, past life readings, and I can channel messages from your spirit guides. So thank you for joining me, and I'll see you in the next reading. Take care. Hi, file number 3. Welcome back. So you picked the lavender, and these cards are going to let me know what the next transition is going to be in your career. So let's find out. You got your commitment is being tested. First quarter moon. Josephine Baker. 5 of Wands. 4 of Wands. The 9 of Pentacles and Temperance. All right. Okay, so it looks to me like there is some unsettled energy when it comes to your career. There's definitely some conflict that you're having either with other people or potentially even with yourself. The 5 of Wands is talking about conflict. It can be talking about debate. You may be sort of going back and forth between what you want. It could be a situation where you are sort of being pressured to go out of your comfort zone. There may be unrealistic expectations being placed on you, and it's actually a lesson from the universe. And if this is resonating for you, it's really quite easy to clear this up for you. The lesson is to always put self first and make sure that you have balance, right? Like the Temperance card. You're being encouraged to have work-life balance, to be able to have a solid foundation like the Four of Wands, to be true to yourself and not compromise your morals and values and your sense of self like Josephine Baker, and really lean into what you're grateful for in your life. You know, that energy is going to bring you more abundance. I've mentioned this in other readings before, but Josephine Baker, gorgeous, fantastic dancer, style icon, was really not seen as the star that she was within her home country of the United States. She never felt when she was at home that she was being treated with the accolades and the respect that she deserved. And so she decided to move to France and live out the rest of her life there, and she felt like she was treated entirely different. And she worked at the Folies Bergère, and she was a headliner, and it was just like the life that she felt she deserved. And she did. She's an icon and an innovative person who really changed the face of dance. So you might be one of those people like Josephine Baker, where you are bringing so much to the table, but others are not seeing your worth, or they're trying to sort of like knock you off your pedestal. And the universe wants you to disregard these people, ignore them. Like, if this isn't in real life, this could be people that are possibly just haters online too, you know, like it could be people that are in your family. It could be your own friends that are just telling you, like, what do you think you're gonna do with, you know, this business or this idea? Like, how is this ever going to balance out into anything worthwhile? Or who is ever going to want whatever it is that you're selling or offering? And you know in your heart of hearts that you are offering something, or you're trying to bring something to the world that is really needed and valued, and you need to just disregard those people because they're in their own shadow. Anyone who is trying to keep you from seeing and experiencing what you deserve and is trying to rattle you so that you can't feel confident and balanced and have a solid foundation is someone who doesn't feel like they could have that for themselves. They're threatened by your success, because if you're successful, somehow they've told themselves that there can't be that same success for them. Like, they're in a lack mindset where there's a limited amount of success available to people, therefore they have to hoard, you know, any opportunities. And it's not like that at all. There's endless opportunities for expansion, growth, and success. The universe wants to give you what you want. As long as you're in alignment with whatever it is that you're asking for, you will be granted your wishes, right? Ask and ye shall receive. You're asking, now have faith that it's coming to you, and just push any doubt that you have out of your mind. Let's get a little more info about this transition that's going to be taking place for you, pile number 3. I definitely get the sense that you're going to be in the public eye, or you're going to be catching people. It's like I keep hearing the word fashion. So for some of you, you may be like launching your own fashion line, or there's something to do with personal style that has something to do with this transition and success for you. That won't resonate for all of you, obviously. Okay, so you got, oh my God, okay. So you got behind the mask. So like I was saying, there's bad actors. There's people in your life that I think are being disruptive to your success. They're telling you that, you know, they have your best interest at heart. I just want to light another candle, but they don't. They are questioning, like, and it could be in a really devious way. Like they're telling you, like, are you sure this is what you really want? Are you sure that this is going to work out for you? I just have your best interest at heart. I just want you to be happy. But meanwhile, they're planting seeds of doubt on purpose because they don't want you to have any success. And it's very selfish behavior. And you're being encouraged to just stand your ground, know your worth, have faith, stand in your power, have gratitude for everything that you've already achieved, you know, and really try and see things from a higher perspective, because this great gratitude card, this woman is covered in birds and she's holding birds. And then also with the 9 of Pentacles, she's also holding a bird in her hand, and birds are a symbol of looking at things from a higher perspective, listening to your intuition, getting messages from your spirit guides and your ancestors. So listen to them. Don't listen to the people, right? Your intuition will never steer you wrong. Ever, ever, ever. If you can listen to it and overcome the fear because you don't know everything that's going to happen in the future, you will be so much further ahead. Let me get some more cards. What is this transition? What's going to be taking place for pile number 3? What's going to be happening for them? Yeah, you have to have courage. You have to have faith that you're being guided down a certain pathway. This knight is walking down a pathway into this dark forest, but there's light at the end of the tunnel. You never know everything that's going to take place, right? It's one of the annoying things about being guided by spirit. They only tell you 1 or 2 steps, and I've said this so many times, but it's true. You never know what the full picture is going to be. Oftentimes when psychic information comes through, you know, you get impulses and instincts about things. You kind of know what the end result is, right? You know kind of what the biggest goal is, and sometimes the channeled messages will come through and you'll think, there's no way, that is so huge, that dream, what? I could never achieve that. But there's something inside you that's like, but if I could, oh, I'd be so happy. Like, that is definitely what I would like, but no, that'd never happen for me. And then you'll get indications that there's like 1 or 2 things that you need to do. Like, it's a class you need to take, or you need to like do something on social media, or you need to connect with a person. And there's a big, you know, gap in between what you're being told to do and what the end result is. And that is where you have to sort of have this leap of faith, because like I said, you're only going to be given 1 or 2 steps, because there are certain life lessons that you need to, you know, experience. And some of these little like side trips to like deal with the shadow or overcome some fear is a training ground, because your guides want you to be prepared. Once you get to your ultimate success, they don't want you to be so overwhelmed that you feel depressed or isolated or overwhelmed. Like, I've given this example before as well, but imagine you're setting up a business online and you have product that you're doing and you know it could be a really big success, and you post it online and you're, you know, doing social media posts about your process, and it isn't getting a lot of views. It's getting some traction, but it's not getting a lot. And maybe you get 1 or 2 sales, but it's nothing overwhelming. And you could move into a consciousness of lack and think, no, I'm never gonna get there. This was a stupid idea. I don't know what I was thinking. And you could let your dark thoughts and your fear overcome you. Or you could just maintain the balance, you know, the status quo. Just keep everything even and keep working towards your goals. Because if you did have a massive landslide success, right? You post it and all of a sudden it goes viral immediately and you get slammed with orders. Like you were hoping that you would get maybe 100 orders and you get 10,000 orders. What would you do? It would turn this beautiful experience into something really stressful and overwhelming and sort of ugly, because you don't have your shipping organized and you don't have your production organized. You weren't anticipating this success to be that big, and it turns like this situation that could have been amazing into something really overwhelming and ugly. Just remind yourself consistently that you are being guided down a certain path at a certain pace, so that once the big success comes in, you're ready, right? If you're going to be in the public eye, you have a thick skin. You know how to deal with people and you don't let the haters knock you off. And that's the energy I get, is that you're going to be in front of people and you're going to be kind of torn in a lot of different directions, and you have to go through this ascension. You got the angels of the 4 directions. So you are getting everything in your life organized, right? You're going to have your money in check. You're going to have like your materials or your product, or, your performance or whatever it is that you're offering, like organized, it's streamlined. Like if you're a comedian, you have like a tight set. Like you've worked on it and everything is ready to go. You have your merch, you have your website, you have done everything you need to do. You're ready for that major success, so that when you get asked to go on a late night show to do, 2 minutes, you are ready, right? So that's the energy that's coming forward, that you are working towards this and that you are going to emerge. You're going to be overcoming all the fear and doubt, and you're going to ascend as a result of this. So let's get a couple more cards and find out basically what you need to be doing in order to sort of bring about this change faster, right? What does pile number 3 need to be doing to bring about this transition in their career? Okay. Get one more, please. What does pile number 3 need to do? Perfect. Thank you. Okay, so this one is feathers. Message. Look for the synchronicities. Your spirit guides are communicating with you. And if you're not in the practice of sort of reading synchronicities, it can feel a little bit overwhelming, but it's really quite simple. If you're seeing, a particular animal all the time, or if you're seeing like a number sequence all the time, just Google it, right? There's so many people that are posting this stuff that you don't have to dig as deeply as you would have in the past. Like you can just Google it and listen to your heart. When you find the right answer, you'll know it. You'll be able to feel it in your heart. And have faith, you don't necessarily have to take action on every single synchronicity that takes place. I like to just keep a note of something. So if I see a cardinal one day, oh, interesting, saw a cardinal. Then if I see a cardinal the second day I'm taking my dogs out, typically is when I see these birds, then it's like I'm really paying attention. If I see it a third time, that's a message, right? 3 or more times, you can have confidence. That is definitely a message. And when I say like I'm seeing it, like it's standing out. Like for me, I said cardinals because they really stand out. My guides bring forward that particular animal to me all the time, or that particular bird. And I saw a cardinal last week, like 3 days in a row, and on the third day, it was so close I almost could have touched it, which is very unusual behavior. So if you have situations that like really stand out to you, like every time you look at the clock, it says 11:11, look it up, right? You'll know what the right answer is for you. Then you've got handwriting, authenticity, script. Write out what you want, write a journal. I'm being told that you need to have a gratitude journal. So you need to start really highlighting what's going right for you so you can start to see the pattern, because you may be so overwhelmed with like sort of fear and self-doubt that you're not necessarily celebrating your victories as long as maybe you should. We are all sort of in a pattern of that where it's like amazing thing happens for us and we're like, okay, amazing, I got what I wanted, now on to the next thing, right? And it's like, celebrate it. This is what you've been working for. So have a gratitude journal, write down one thing every single day that you're grateful for that brings you joy and happiness. It doesn't have to be something big. Plenty of days I'm writing down that, I saw a cardinal or I had an amazing cup of coffee. Like, it's just simple things. Just keep it like as a regular practice for you. And like I said, point form, it can be one line. Then you got black cat, good luck. So things are definitely working out in your favor. Recognize that, know that. And the black cat is a symbol of magic as well. And this could be indicating that there is good karma coming from past lives even that's going to be affecting you now, or skills from the past, like either earlier on in this life or past lives that are going to sort of like become more relevant or be unlocked in your mind. Like you're just going to sort of stumble across a gift that you didn't know you had, and it's going to be really pivotal and really shape things for you. So let me get some final advice for you guys. What advice do you have for pile number 3? Perfect. Okay, so you got Gaia, connect to the pulse of Mother Earth. She will guide you through this time of change. Reconnect with the earth, go out on walks, spend time in nature, hang out with your pets. If you have any plants at home, like just spend some time just like watering them or deadheading your garden, which is like getting rid of all the dead parts and throwing that away. Just get your hands in, earth and reconnect with that part of yourself, and it will help you to stay grounded. And you got blue flame. Connect to the blue flame, which is the light of pure love within you. Connect with that part of you that's like, knows that you're infinite and powerful and you can do anything. And I get the sense that whatever it is that's coming through to you that you're going to be transitioning towards is like something that you have been wanting your whole life. Like it's something that you have been excited about and wanting since you were small. And whenever you want something that badly for that long, you can have faith that you're being guided because it's part of your life purpose. It's literally part of the reason why you're here. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. This was such a pleasure. Please let me know if this resonated for you or how it related to your life. I'd love to know. You can comment below. And please like and share this. It's a huge help to me. And if any of you are interested in having a one-on-one reading with me, you can go to my website, odessaandI.com. All of my services and booking information are available there. I do tarot card readings, live and recorded, spiritual coaching, Reiki, past life readings, and I can channel messages from your spirit guides. So thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you in the next reading. Take care.